Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. I'm Lorraine Tierney, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warner, New Hampshire. And I love to make cards. I love to send cards, and I like to show people how to make cards and show everybody that it's really easy once you know how. So today we're going to make a card, a waterfall card. And I have to be honest, I never thought I would make one of these. I've always been intimidated by them. I've always thought, oh, that's too hard. I can remember the very first time my friend Joanne showed me one that she had made. And it was like, oh my gosh, I'll never be able to do that. And I saw it coming up for a blog hop that I'm going to participate in. It said make a waterfall card. So I tried it, and you know what? It's not hard. You can do it. And so we're going to do one tonight. So let me switch my camera over so you can see what we're doing. This is a Halloween one that I've made for my grandson. And so this is a card that opens up. But really, I was thinking, I wish I had just put it on a 5.5 by 4.25 single piece of paper, maybe with a piece on the back that's white to write on, because it really doesn't need to open up. All the fun is right here. So you pull this little tab and it opens like a waterfall. And really, this little tab is the only thing that's different at all to make, and it's very easy. So we are going to do that. I'm going to make it into a wedding card today. So I did decide that this one will still open because I'll probably be putting a check inside. So it's just a regular 8.5 by 5.5 card base. I have my headphones in again, and I'm always worried because one time they weren't working. So if you could say hello and let me know that you're here, and let me know if my microphone and headphones are working, you can hear me, that would be great. And I do pick a winner from everybody that comments or shares on this video. So please join me. Okay, so this is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4.25. And then I'm going to use a piece of gold foil, and usually I would cut something out of this. Thank you, Christine, for letting me know. Hi, Anne. Thank you for watching. So usually I would cut something out of this to save it, but there's a bit of pressure on this and a bit of pull, so I want to make sure it's pretty solid, so I left it alone. And then this is a piece of Shining Brightly paper that's from the new catalog, and this paper is gorgeous. It reminds me of a gold and blue Christmas paper we had a few years ago that I loved. I think it was called Shining Brightly Shining. This is, I don't know, I think I'm mixing up the names now, but anyway, it's a beautiful paper. So we're going to put these on, and I had tear and tape out here. Here it is. I don't like to use liquid glue on the gold because I feel like it slides around a little bit too much on that shiny surface. And I want this card to withstand a little tugging. So I'm going to use some tear and tape. Okay, just give it a good rub. And then we can pull these papers off. I did just use the liquid glue. That's what I like the best on that Halloween waterfall card. And that held very well. Nice and easy. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. I'm just centering it with a little border. And I'm going to, again, use tear and tape to put this on. Now, couple people that I watched make these waterfall cards used brads to attach this piece. This bar is kind of like an anchor. Hi, Jackie. But I just used the liquid glue on that one, and it held just fine. And the brads are a little bulky. Not everybody has brads in their stash, so I thought tear and tape Seal Plus would definitely hold well. I'm just going to pull these off. Whoops. Go to the other end if that happens. I was pulling the adhesive off as well. So I just went to the other end and pull from there. Whoops. Okay. So let's put this on. This will be my anchor piece, but I'm going to wait just a bit to do it so I can see exactly where I want that to go. Hi, Mel. And now you need 4 of these little squares. The gold is a 2-inch square, and the very vanilla is a 1 3/4-inch square, and you need 4 of them. And I used wild wheat ink, and look how much that looks like gold. I love it. I love it, love it, love it as a gold ink. I was going to heat emboss all of these, and the wild wheat was just that much easier. I did think about matting this paper on wild wheat, but I liked the shine of the gold. You can see the color is very close. This is wild wheat, but I wanted the shininess. And then the only other thing you need to make this card is a strip of the thick Berry Vanilla or thick Basic White, again, so it's stronger. And this is 2 by 9. So let's move some of this stuff out of the way because we have to score this. So I wanted to make the mechanism together with you so that you would see exactly how to do this. So we're going to score this at 2 inches. I forgot to put this in the description, so you'll have to write it down because Facebook is making it hard to go back and edit the description. If I can, I will put these in. And then at 2 3/4 and another 3/4, 3 1/2, and then 4 1/4. So really, that is all the magic that we need. And now I'm going to fold these. And I'm folding them the way you would if you just had one score line. And they will probably go the other way, but that's okay. So now we have, this is the longer inside part. Sometimes I get these ridges, I just press them out. The longer inside part, like this. And then up here is where we attach our pieces. But I'm going to do a little bit of stamping right here first. I'm using, I used the Color and Contour stamp set for the flowers and the So Happy For You. And this is from Country Bouquet, the hearts and the love. And this big flower is from Color and Contour also. And as you can see, I'm going to use wild wheat again. I think I have a chamois over here. I just got some ink on my block. Just want to get that off. Okay. So I'm trying to keep that where it will show. We'll put that on. And it has a little bit of a greenish tinge to it when you first stamp with it, but then it does lighten up as it dries. And I'm going to put With Love right there. Okay. And the other thing I'm going to do on this before I stamp it is I want to make the corners like a tag. So I'm going to use, I think this is the Detailed Trio punch. I forget the name of this punch, but it's the only punch with the 3 things in the catalog. And it has one that has a kind of a fancy corner. So I did one corner with that, and then I have to flip it over when I put the other corner in to make it match. So now I have the 2 corners there. And then this is a little ribbon hole that I can put in it. It is a little bit hard to see if you're centered with that ribbon hole, but I'm going to try to do my best. I'm going to try to center this on my grid paper, and we'll call that close enough. That's pretty good. Okay, so that we'll put a ribbon in that in a little bit. And now here is the only tricky part of this waterfall card. It is so easy. So I want this one to be here. So I'm going to glue the whole thing. This is shiny on the back. I just worry about the glue adhering to it. Might take me a wee bit longer, but I'm going to use tear and tape. Bear with me, please. All right, so I'm just going to put this first square is 2 inches. That our first score line was at 2 inches. So I'm going to put this right up to that score line. I'm not going to cover the score line, but I'm going right up to it and put that on, just like that. Now I have another one. If I just fold it so I just see the next piece, it's 3/4 of an inch. And again, I'm going to put some tear and tape on that. I'm not going to put it on my square because I don't know exactly where that will end. Okay, and now I'm going to line up my next square. I wanted a flower next. I'm going to kind of alternate flowers in words. Okay, so there's the next one. And now the next piece, the next score line. A little more tear and tape. Sometimes it's tricky. Okay. And another one of these. It's hard not to put my head right under the camera. And then I have one more. And just you wait and see. This is so easy. We haven't done anything hard yet, right? Just made this little shutter thing or waterfall thing. And I'll put this last one on. Okay, now we need our card, and we need this. And this piece is going to slide under our little anchor thing. So I need to decide where I want that to go. And I like there to be, I don't want this to hang over the edge of the card. And the bottom of this piece right here that lifts up is going to get adhered to that. So I'm going to have it be right there. Okay, and I'm going to put a little more tearing tape. Do I sound like a broken record? Just a couple little dabs. You don't want to go too wide because that tag that you're pulling through needs to be able to slide. But you do want this to stay in place. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that this is centered left to right and top to bottom. And then I'll lift that up and just put this on. I'm going to kind of lay it there without, oh, I got to go to the edge of the gold, without pushing it down on those edges just yet. And see, whoops, I want to get it right to the end of this. There we go. Okay, so right there. I forgot to put my little ribbon on. I want to do that before I get that in place. I'm using the Simply Elegant trim that comes in gold. And I think I'm going to put 2 pieces in. So it'll be just a little bit thicker to hang on to. Oh, I'm glad you like that stamp set, Anne. It's one of my favorites too. I use it quite a bit. And I like the scalloped contour dies that go with it. Okay. I'll trim those in a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to slide all that under there. We're going to have to go this way. Yes, put your trim on before. There you go. You glue it down. Okay, and now we're going to put tear and tape once again right here and just adhere a little bit of this first block here will get adhered to that gold, and that's all that makes the waterfall flow. That's all you need. There's really nothing to it. I know all of you could make one of these. I was so excited to figure out that it was easy. Now there's no wiggle room on this, so I have to get it right the first time. Okay. Just going to put it right there. Okay, and then watch. I pull this, and there is my waterfall. Best wishes, a flower, love, and so happy for you. Now, I'm not too keen on that ribbon. That is not laying very flat. I have a retired gold cord here. I'm going to try this and see how this works and see if we can make this fit. I'm going to have to go this way. There we go. That was easy. Okay. I like that a little better. I can put another piece on there. Make it just a little bit more to grab on. I could probably play with this and loop them through together so they look like more like one loop, but I'm going to leave it like this right now. Okay. And cut those off. Okay. And then to finish this off right here, you can put some gold bling. These are the brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. Those would work there. Or I have these little ones that have a little design on them, and they're a little bit flatter. So I'm going to put one of these on each one. Just to look like a little something there. And there is your waterfall card. No fuss, no muss, easy peasy. And then I can put a wedding sentiment inside, and maybe a little, let's put a little flower inside. And I will probably decorate the envelope, but I'm not going to decorate the envelope right now because I never seem to be able to find the envelope that I've decorated. I'll decorate it as I use it. Okay. Ugh, my stamp fell off because this stamp, when your stamps don't stick well like that, you can wash them with Dawn. And then they get sticky again. I want to make sure, there we go. I got that to stick well enough. I don't want it to fall off on my card. I think I will put this, I'll put it at the bottom. Okay, right there. And then I'll put a wedding sentiment inside, and that is done. You're right, Mal, it can be for so many different things. Halloween, birthday, wedding, any of it. Thanks, Courtney. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I hope you do. Give it a try. It's so easy to make. I was so intimidated, but it's really not hard. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them, happy to help you out. And if I can help you make other cards at home, please let me know that too. Let me switch that over. We have a new catalog coming out in about 10 days. If you don't have a catalog and you would like one, reach out to me and I would be happy to send it off to you. It's got some great Halloween and Christmas and winter stamps and papers and dies. All good stuff. I love it all. All right. Have a great Monday night. Thank you for commenting, and like and share the video, and I will enter you in a drawing at the end of the week. Nina, you won last time. I need to hear from you with your address so I can send you a prize. Thanks. Bye-bye.